Welcome to this wonderful occasion. We're here to witness two of our favourite people, our favourite mountain bikers, volunteers and friends, join hands in matrimony once again. Third time lucky, maybe. We've all come here to this special place in the San Gabriel Mountains called Inspiration Point. And could you think of a more fitting place to celebrate half a century of marriage for these two fine volunteers? Is that not an inspiration in itself? And isn't this view inspiring? As we learned 5 years ago, most of Mike and Robin's friends don't know that they really wanted a church wedding. But instead, 50 years ago today, after living together as teenagers, they just decided to drop into a local courthouse and get a piece of paper that says they were married. But there was never a really qualified church wedding. They didn't have any friends or family there to witness it or to celebrate. There was no church, no aisle, there was no celebration, just love. But today, right now, we're in their church. We're in the Church of the Great Outdoors, the San Gabriel Mountains, the Angeles National Forest. This is not just the church that they love, but the cathedral of nature that they serve and protect as their own, and it gives them so much in return. And we're their friends. We're the people that count in their lives. At least the ones who could carry the bike ride or the hike to get there. So here, surrounded by friends in their Church of the San Gabriel Mountains, welcome to the wedding they always wanted. But what is it that brought them here? 50 years is a long time, a half century. That's a long ride. And since Robin discovered that mountain biking hurts less than marathons, which he did 26 in a row, ride is all they do, think, eat, or breathe. Most of us find it hard to believe that Robin could have been married for 50 years, let alone even been born almost 68 years ago.
That wasn't supposed to come.
But when you, Robin and Mike, first joined hands in marriage 50 years ago, you had no idea where life would take you. All you knew was that it was the right thing to do. And right it was. You're living proof of that now. 50 years ago, you promised to love, honour and cherish one another through all things. Life has brought you both wonderful blessings and difficult challenges, and some bumpy roads along the way. But as we all know, bumpy roads are something that Mike won't tolerate. We all know his penchant for removing every rock he can find off the trail, so I don't see how he could have allowed any bumpy road in their lives to bring the two of them apart. And having smoothed over it and together survived all those bumpy roads and trails, you've arrived here today again. And we're ready to witness you both reaffirm your vows to love, honour and cherish each other, the ones you made to each to the other 50 years ago. And you're surrounded by the friends ready to witness and celebrate this with you. So I'd ask everyone just to take a few moments of silence to think back over the past 50 years and what those 5 decades have meant to you. How have you grown, changed and matured? And to everyone else here, do the same. Close your eyes and reflect upon your first memories, the first time you met Mike and Robin. And do you ever remember one without the other? Nor do I. How many of you thought of cookies or trail work when you first met Mike and Robin? I know we all probably saw the same thing though. Two people who have had a positive impact on our lives, who we love and cherish, and who in their own way make the world a better place. Let us all be thankful for these wonderful mountains, this wonderful day, and these wonderful people. I'd like to read a very brief quote from someone else who has been an inspiration. So inspiring, in fact, that the peak right there is named after him, John Muir. When we walk together in the forest, we receive much more than we take. And I think that's true of every ride, every hike in the forest. It is really wonderful. So, it is time. Mike, what do you want to say to Robin?
Goodness, half hour.
A few things.
Okay, let's go. Do it.
So, Anyway, I want to thank everyone for being here on our very special 50th wedding anniversary. It's not very often in this day and age anyone celebrates 50 years of marriage, especially with just one person. Think about it. 50 years. 50 years. Think about it. 50 years. The real great thing of 50 years of togetherness is how much our relationship has evolved between us. We have learned first to be more patient with each other. Second, to be more giving to each other. Third, more sharing. And fourth, listening. Fifth, helping. Fifth, it's evolved a lot. Helping each other, very important. And agreeing with each other. So in that order, patience was taught to me by Robin. When I would become impatient, for whatever reason, Robin would send me to the corner of the room. Or out to the driveway. Or to the street. Or to the middle of the street. I am more patient now. Giving to each other is much improved. She gives me a bigger allowance now. I give her everything I own. She gives me instructions on my daily duties in my life. It is so much simpler now. Third, sharing. Sharing with each other is important and has much improved. I now am maybe allowed to have the control of the TV remote more often. And now, when she falls asleep, or anytime between 12 and 4 a.m., I'm allowed to have the TV remote control now. And listening to each other, especially with a problem or complaint, has much improved. She would talk to me, tell me about her issues in detail, and I would respond back saying, I can't hear a word you're saying. Problem solved. Fifth, helping each other after 50 years is essential. Things like, can you help me up? Get up. Can you help me get down? Or do you need medical attention? The best is, after 50 years, we agree with each other. More than ever. Every time we disagree with each other, we agree that we disagree with each other. I say, awesome, we agree. And now, most importantly, after 50 years, I say, is my love for Robin still thriving? My answer is, more than ever, for eternity, into infinity, and beyond.
Robin, what would you say to Mike?
Well, I thank you all for being
Don't
here.
give directions yet.
You are family. I didn't write it like Mikey.
Yeah, really.
The reason why I love Mike so much, my Mikey, is he's the most honest gentleman, caring, the way you are with your friends, the way who are with our forest, the volunteers. Though he sneaks tools when we want to do trail work, and I don't. He'll sneak them, and you know,
In her pack.
in my, I mean, we love our forest, and we love volunteering, and Mikey is now takes care of 2 trail camps, Valley Forge, West Fork, and Mount Pacifico. And I just respect the fact that you'll even go in those toilets. Take care of those toilets. We spent one of our anniversaries replacing a riser in a toilet down at West Valley Forge. So that's how much Mikey will do for the forest. I met Mike. He was wearing bell bottoms and had long hair. Now he wears a belt and he has one hair. And just last year, Mikey became a hero to me because he was put on that Smokey Bear outfit, and the Smokey Bear for the day. And yeah,
Make kids happy.
Yep. One thing I do love about Mike is he's very romantic. He'll come up to bed and say those 3 words, "Are you busy?" So we can improve on that. And he always has to tell people how old I am. I mean, I don't.
Can you believe 67 and 0.6?
Well, that's about it. Oh,
can't.
there is a couple of stories. And what Mikey's hearing is not as good as it used to be. So one day I was yelling to him, I go, "Do you have the key? We're going for a ride. Do you have the key?" He goes, "No, I don't know. What do you mean?" I go, "Do you have the key?" He goes, "I don't have to pee." So beyond all that, I do have a surprise for Mike, and a couple people already know. Mike, your surprise is you got to get ready. Your bikini. Get your bikini ready because we're going to Maui in June.
Total shock.
She's awesome.
Didn't know.
And if for those of you that don't know, August is our, tomorrow is Mikey's 68th birthday. Happy birthday. And I know most of you have come to our trips, Sedona, which will be going, Big Bear, which will be going, Tahoe will be going, and Mammoth. But this year, instead of our Park City, instead of those Bend, Oregon, we are going to Alaska. Cool. I got it. So thank you. That's
Total surprise.
and you're all invited to the other trips.
All right, thank you.
Wow.
So it's time to renew your vows. So if you want to face each other and join hands.
Where's the ring?
Not yet. Not yet. Get close. So Mike, will you continue to have Robin as your wife and continue to live in this happy and loving marriage and continue to know that Robin is always right?
No questions. No questions on that. Oh, yes.
Robin, will you continue to have Mike as your husband and continue to live in this happy and loving marriage, safe in the knowledge that you're still always right? So both repeat after me. I reaffirm my love for you. Facing each other.
I reaffirm my love for you.
And my commitment to love, honor, and cherish you.
And my commitment to love, honor, and cherish you.
To be there for you.
To be there for you.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and health.
For richer or poorer.
To all hers anyway. Or to richer.
through hiker bikes and poison oak.
Poison oak.
Single track and rocky trails for as long as we both shall live.
Single track and rocky trails for as long as we shall live.
So as a symbol of this reaffirmation of vows, will the best man bring forward the ring? Now this ring is more than special. The ring Mike is about to give Robin is a family heirloom left to him by his grandma. It's so special, in fact, that I have to ask Mike, why has it taken 50 years for you to... And the other ring...
We waited 50 years for the special one.
And the other ring is even more perfect for Mike. It's a used bicycle part. That's what you get for holding up for 50 years. So Robin and Mike, on your wedding day you exchanged rings as a symbol of the never-ending circle that symbolizes the eternal quality of God, unending strength and unending love. Today you're exchanging a different ring as a reminder of who is riding through life with you. You may place the rings.
And this is my grandmother's ring that I was so tight with. Our Nana, she was the best ever. We were born in the same day, March 9th. And so she's just here with us too, I hope, today.
And this is for Mikey, a bike ring. He goes, what hand does it go on?
So may you always hold on to these rings, these tokens of love, and to remind you of the vows you made to each other 50 years ago and again today, and your commitment to live in unity, love and happiness. So Mike and Robin, today you've renewed and renegotiated the promises and vows that you made to each other on your wedding day. You've symbolized the renewal of marriage by the union of hands, the taking of vows and exchanging of these rings. So therefore, I now pronounce you still married.
Three cheers for Mike and Robin. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Get a room.
50 years worth.
Thank you.
So here's to another 50 years.
Yay! We'll see you all back here in 2070.
Steve, get back.